Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. My name is Susan. I am a married mama of two, and I am a business, sales, and success coach here to help you today with understanding your business numbers. And why is that so important? So I know a few of you had indicated that you are going to be available to join the event. So I'm going to wait for a couple minutes and see who's going to hop on live. For those of you who are on the rebroadcast or replay, feel free to add in your comments or questions below. I will be hopping back on throughout the day, as well as the next couple of days while the video is still up, so that I can answer your questions that you might have that are related to your own business and the numbers that you want to understand a little bit more. So today I'm going to be talking about 3 levers as it relates to your business that you're going to be able to pull on as a business owner to be able to, at the end of the day, influence the amount of money that you're making. And why is that important? Well, if you don't know how to make money and the things that you can control, not easily, but simply, then it's going to be really hard for you to make the slight adjustments that you need to. It's not oftentimes that we need to do a complete overhaul, but it might be a slight tweak here or there to be able to adjust your overall strategy so that you're getting the results that you want in your business. So to give you a little bit of background, I've been in corporate Canada for over 18 years and built successful businesses throughout my career, helping my teams sell over 600 million in sales revenue. And a startup that I helped my company create went from 0 to 15 million in 18 months. So I know it's possible for you to be able to achieve success. It is a lot of hard work and struggle. I'm not going to lie about that. But having an understanding of your business and the numbers that it takes to get you to where you want to be is super, super important. So what are the 3 levers? The 3 levers that I'm going to be talking about today, and the specific numbers, are traffic, conversions, and your sale price. So as a business owner, if you have influence over each one of these components, and sometimes as a business owner, depending on the type of business that you're running. Hi, Tammy, thanks for joining. As a business owner, if you can't control traffic, conversion, or price, it's going to be a little more difficult for you to be able to influence the end result. And that's really important for you to understand. So what do I mean by that? Well, sometimes, hi Katja, thanks for joining. Sometimes as a business owner, we can't set the price. So an example of that would be if you are a network marketer or you are selling certain products that are franchised to your parent company. In that case, your company is probably going to set a limit on this is the price that you can offer, and you may or may not have a ton of flexibility. It's going to be a little more difficult and challenging for you to use that lever in terms of your bottom line results and your revenue. Hello, friend. I hope you had a wonderful vacation. So let's start with conversion, because at the end of the day, conversion is dealing with who you already have in front of you, whether it's a live person, an online person, your list, or another source. So maybe I'll get your comments below. For those of you who are currently working with clients and you have access to people, what is your conversion rate? So it's going to be how many people does it take for you to actually make a sale? Hi Lane, thanks for joining. Does anybody know, can you write down in the comments, and that way I have an idea of where you're at, and I can be a little more specific in the information that I'm going to provide to you. So if you know your conversion, so how many people does it take before you make a sale? And why is this important? You should be keeping track, and if you haven't been, start keeping track, because this number tells you how effective your marketing and your sales strategies are. Okay, network marketing 10%, Katja. And truthfully, in the industry in general, it's pretty close to about 10%. Even for coaches, the discovery calls that they're making, it's closer anywhere from 10 to 20%. So when you hear numbers above the 50% mark, it's going to be quite phenomenal. My rate is, I've averaged 80% with a 95% retention rate. So it is possible for you to increase and improve your conversion rates. And that's probably the easiest lever, I would say, when you're first starting out, because you already have people, you're already talking to people. So now it's a matter of how do you create more impact and influence so that you can convert those people that you're talking to and move them from potential prospects into paying customers. Haven't sold anything in a while. Hi, Carol. Thanks for joining. Coaching 30 to 50. Awesome. Can I go back and see what it was for my last book? I'm not sure, Carol. If you have any sort of analytics or statistics, then definitely. So for anything where it's more a digital product, you can see what the drop-off rate is, right? So it's kind of like how many click-throughs do you get, and then how many people actually complete the purchase. So there will be a drop-off rate. So if you have access to those stats, then yes, definitely go back and take a look and see what they are. Now, again, each industry is going to be a little bit more specific. So you want to know, what is the benchmark for your industry? Where are you relative to that benchmark? And every industry might be slightly different. So don't compare yourself to a completely different industry. You need to know where you measure up so that you can see, is there room for improvement for me personally in the type of business that I'm running, and where can I have the most impact? So conversion takes your existing client base, your existing opportunity, and helps you to improve going from a potential client into a paying client. And if you're struggling with that, you're probably spending more time and effort because you're having to touch more people. And the more touches that you make, the more time that you're spending. So if you can get better at converting, you don't have to spend as much time because you're going to be having to touch less people. Does that make sense? So if you have a conversion rate, so let's use an example of 30%. So out of 10 people, you're going to sell to 3. If you still have those same 10 people and you can improve your conversion rate by 10 or 20%, you're spending the same amount of time because you're still touching 10 people, but now instead of making 3 sales, you're making 4 or 5 instead of having to do another 5 or 6 prospects to get that 1 or 2 extra. Does that make sense? So thinking about the volume of people that you actually need to then go out and touch. I have people right now that seem to only want my free advice. I know the key is that they need to get to know me and my views, but I'm not sure where to set the gap. Any thoughts? Yes, for sure, Tammy. So like today, you want to give enough information that people start to understand what is the problem. So there's 2 parts. You either have to identify, do your clients know what the problem is and now they want the solution, and the solution is you. You don't want to give them the solution through any sort of live training or promo post or value post that you're posting. You want them to know that, hey, guys, I got you. I know exactly what you're feeling. I know what your struggle is, and this is what I've done. I know how to fix it because I've done it for myself. So sharing enough information that they feel comforted that, hey, Tammy knows exactly what I'm talking about. She's the expert in this situation, but you're not going to give them the step-by-step answer of how to do it. You might give them the high-level strategy. And Tammy, if you give me maybe an example, I might be able to give you a little bit more specifics. But like today, I'm talking about conversion. I'm giving you some examples. Hi, Angelique. Hi, Angel. But I'm not going to be able to go in a ton of detail how to fix your own conversion rate. That's something that would take more time, and we would need to do that one-on-one, whether it's through a free assessment, whether that's through a one-on-one session, like just an hourly session. For some people, that's all it's going to take. For others, they're going to want more information, and that's where you're going to customize your package for them. Yes, absolutely, with health. Yeah, it's complicated. And in the assessment call, I gave a lot of advice because they wanted my how specifically I would help them. Yes, and this is where, especially for us as either coaches or helpers of any kind, you need to be able to draw the line. So you want high level overview. right? So you want to be able to say, this is how I've done it for clients in the past. You can share even examples. I've had a client in your exact same situation that has had, let's say, leaky gut syndrome, and they were struggling. They were at their wits' end. This is the impact that it was making in their lives. And because we were able to put through a specific food regimen, a movement program, and really evaluate the quality of like XYZ, we were basically able to eliminate those symptoms within this time frame. So I know that we can do it for you. And if they say, well, how would you do that? At this point, I'm not able to share that because I need to know a little bit more about you. Today, we're talking about how we can move forward if this was something that was of interest to you, because I am positive this is something that's worked for my clients in the past, and these are the results that they've seen, and this is why it was helpful for them. Does that help, Tammy? So you give them information, you give them like relatable examples that you've been able to help your clients with in the past without giving them the full deal, without giving them the actual answer, because you and I know you can't go over that even in a free assessment. Even walking away with that level of information, they won't be able to necessarily implement it without some additional help and support. So conversions are really critical, guys. If you are struggling right now to convert, take a look and see, do you need some help to tweak what you're doing right now? Because you can create more impact, and you need to know what the goal is every single time that you're talking to somebody and what your industry benchmarks are. So if you don't know, that's what I would suggest to you, is try and do some searches on what is my conversion rate for whatever industry that your business is in, so you know where you stack up. And that way you know where you need to move forward to. And if you're struggling, feel free to reach out to me. I definitely can help you with that. Hi, Emily. Thanks for joining. Yeah, Tammy, so plan it out in advance. It's certainly fine to be able to say, these are some of the things based on the questions that I've asked of you in advance. And if you haven't had an opportunity, ask some questions and then be prepared with maybe a couple of client scenarios or examples that would relate to them, that would be able to give them that reassurance that, hey, I know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm able to help you, but I'm not giving you the answers today. That's something that you would reserve for your one-on-one clients, truthfully. Okay, so conversion. Any other questions, comments that you guys want me to go over with that before I move on to the next couple of areas that I wanted to focus on today? So pricing. So I mentioned at the top of the training or live today that if you don't have a lot of flexibility on the prices that you set, it's going to be a bit more difficult for you to impact your bottom line. When you have complete control over your pricing, it isn't awesome. I'm so glad, Tammy. That's exactly what I was hoping for. So if you're able to impact your pricing, and I know I get this question a lot, and I'll have a couple of posts this week that are related to pricing and some tips and tricks on how to price. If you're stuck on pricing and you want to understand how does price influence the people that I'm in front of, it does a couple of things. First, are you priced at the right price point for the type of clients that you want to attract? And second, when do you need to increase your price? So it's a touchy subject, and I know that price brings up a lot of internal struggles for some of us. I'm the same way. Like I feel you, because there's times where even when I go out, and not necessarily for my own prices, but when I'm going out and purchasing things, I struggle because it's like, do I need this? Do I want this? Am I worth it? And so it does trigger those questions for you. We're all human, and we all have those emotional struggles of what money means to us. And price in particular can trigger that for each of us, especially as business owners. But price is really critical, because if you are able to increase your prices as your knowledge, as your investment in your business continues to improve and grow, you're going to make more money with the same amount of people that you're dealing with every single day. I'm just going to let that sink in for a minute. So if you have 10 clients, you're currently priced at $200, like lowball offer. It's just so that we can use some easy numbers. So $200 for 10 clients is $2,000. If you're still dealing with that same number of clients, yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Lane. And so if you have that same 10 clients, but now your price has gone up to $250, you're automatically making $500 more. Now, I'm not saying just willy-nilly increase your prices. You need to be confident that your price is worth the information that you're providing or the products and services that you're providing to your end customer that is ultimately of value. But if you're continuing to invest in your business, and what do I mean by that? Maybe you're upgrading your website. Maybe you're investing in yourself, whether it's through courses or seminars or personal development. Don't discount time. Tammy, yep, mine is, am I worth it? Me too, girl. Like, I feel you. Do I know enough? But I'm not making anything now, even though I feel my prices are fair. Absolutely. And Tammy, I could certainly help you with that if that's something that you're interested in, because it could be that your messaging is slightly off for the people that you're attracting. And then also you might be projecting some of that outward onto the people that, again, you're attracting to you, because subconsciously you may be feeling like, I'm not worth it. And I struggled with this because that was exactly what was happening to me at the very beginning. I was attracting a lot of people who were looking for free information or weren't willing to invest in themselves. And that can come out in the way that we subconsciously and consciously draft up our language, our posts, our communications, just the way that we are coming across to others. So I hear you on that for sure. So pricing, 10 people, if you raise your price and thinking about everything else that you've done for yourself to invest in your business. And let's face it, guys, as a solopreneur, as an entrepreneur, you are it. Like, you are the business. So if you are doing anything to improve yourself, and that can be a multitude of things depending on the line of business that you're in, but every single thing counts. And the time that it takes for you to implement that information, to improve yourself, to improve your business, to improve the quality of the interactions that you're having with people, all of that makes a difference, because you're better able to do the things that you're most passionate about, which is to help your clients. So price is a lever that you can pull a little bit more frequently. And I know that oftentimes we struggle to reflect on whether or not that price actually is where it should be at. And if you are struggling, message me, because I can help you with that. So the first part of, or the biggest chunk, which truthfully, I'm not going to have enough time to go over today, but I want to get a sense of where you guys are at so that I can craft up some more information that will really be specific for your struggles, your challenges around traffic generation, is how do you get people to you? Gotcha. Absolutely take into consideration how much you are investing in yourself through everything, books, courses, etc. Exactly, right? Even though the information that we might be getting is free and it's not necessarily a dollar investment that you're putting into yourselves, guys, your time is priceless. And the amount of time that you're saving for your client at the end of the day, it is worth money. So that is a really critical point too. Carol, I've been putting off taking a certification course. You're encouraging me to get it done. Awesome, Carol, go for it. So again, it doesn't always have to be directly related to your business. You are your business. If it's going to improve you, whether it's through self-care, through your peace of mind, other parts of your life that will help you to improve, is definitely worth it. And obviously, if it is something directly related, like certification for your business, do it, because the ROI that you'll get, and if you're struggling then to figure out, if I do this course, what should I price my stuff at for the next step? Let me know how I can help you, because there is a bit of a formula that you can apply, and then there's a bit of an exercise that we can kind of undertake to be able to help with that. So traffic. So write down in your comments, guys, who here is struggling to get enough people to even talk to you in the first place so that you can get better at converting? Is something I hope will make me more marketable. Absolutely, Carol. So then that's something where, if you can, I would say at first glance, like without knowing all the details, it sounds like it would be worthwhile for you to do. If it makes you more marketable, if it helps you to stand out from the rest, then definitely go for it. Tammy. Okay, so this was about if you're having struggles. Okay, so traffic is about marketing, but smart marketing. And so you need to really think about who is your ideal client? Where are they hanging out? So, Tammy, for yourself and anybody else, do you know where your clients are? And are you there? Are you hanging out where your clients are hanging out? Or are you hanging out where you like to hang out? So what do I mean by that? Are you hanging out in Facebook groups where it's very chatty, you're having a lot of fun, maybe it's for your own personal learning, your friends are there? Is that where you're spending the bulk of your time? Or do you know that your ideal clients are in these groups and you're creating opportunities for you to be able to engage with them, to chat with them, to interact and create deep and meaningful relationships? Carol, I have a firm platform in one niche, but having a struggle breaking into another niche where I would rather be. Yes. Okay, totally, Carol. And I completely understand because it can be hard making the leap, especially if you are really established in one area, to then kind of make the leap and to see how you bridge those two. Message me if there's something that I might be able to help you with, or if you can put maybe in comments like what is niche number one, what is niche number two, and I might be able to either help you here or certainly craft up something for you if it relates to one of my upcoming Facebook posts that I'm going to put in the group here. 60% on mobile. Lane, can you explain that to me a little bit more? Is that like your target audience you're getting mostly through online, like through the different social media platforms? Is that what you're meaning? So again, guys, you want to make sure that you're spending time where your ideal clients are at and giving them enough opportunity that they know who you are, what you do, and don't take it for granted. You need to explain to people kind of all the time because they easily forget. So as an example for you guys, because this is my group, I'm going to just throw it out there, and this will be a quick little exercise. Put one in the comments if you know what I do, like what my business is. So you want to remind people every time you talk to them, what is the value that you can offer, how you can help and support them, and making sure that you're actually connecting with your ideal clients versus peers and versus friends. Because typically our friends are not the ones, truthfully, who are going to be buying from us. They might eventually become friends as they buy from us, but this is where I know sometimes we straddle that weird like icky feeling because we're like, I don't want to keep selling to my friends, but I don't know who else to sell to. And this is exactly my point. You need to identify who is your ideal client, what is their pain and struggle, and where are they? And are you where they are? They have to be able to see you. They have to know who you are. They have to know exactly what you provide for them. And so that every time they think, hey, I need this, I'm going to talk to Lane. So if it's, I need, essential oils because I'm worried about the health of my family, I'm going to think about Lane. That is what you want people to start thinking about. And that's where you want to make sure that they know exactly what you do, not just for the products, but overall. Awesome. Okay, I'm just taking a look at these comments here. My promoted Facebook ads came back at that rate. The others, awesome. That's really good, Lane. And so yeah, so that means your ads have been very targeted, which is exactly what you want to do, especially when you're spending money doing something to promote yourself. So that's fabulous. I found great groups where my ideal clients are, but again, they seem to want to just have my answer specific questions rather than necessarily chat. Okay, so Tammy, I think I can help you for sure. Message me because I think what we need to do here is you need to answer them, but you're probably going into too much detail, or their pain point isn't, their struggles just, they're not there yet. Like it's not bad enough where they feel like, gosh, I need this help. Like I really want the help and support of somebody. I'm at the end of my rope. So I want you to think about what is the worst case scenario for your clients if they don't get the help and support that you can provide to them, and what does the one answer that you give them solve, because it's probably only like a small portion and there may be other related sections that they're missing. So they may not even be asking you the right questions. So I want you to start maybe asking questions to their questions so that it helps them to dig deeper and deeper so that they understand, oh, it's not just one thing, it's like multi-layered things, so that you again determine your expertise, and it helps them to figure out how much more information that you can provide to them. Angelique, awesome. Yes. Sales and business. Yay. Okay. So niche number one, Carol, homesteading blogger niche. And number two is a writing coach. I've been a freelance magazine writer for almost 10 years and now I'm a magazine editor. Yes. Okay, awesome. And I think I knew about writing. I didn't know about the homesteading. So let me think on that, Carol, because I think I might be able to do another Facebook Live, like when you're trying to establish yourself in a specific niche and how to get known and established. I might do that as a separate training. That might be more helpful. Yes, totally. Okay, established platform. Hi, Lisa. Yeah, no problem. Promoted only in the state I live in, but visible to the USA. Okay, so yeah, so traffic, guys, is really important. You need to know who your ideal client is. And I know that sometimes that can be really challenging. The more specific you can be, the easier it is for you to be able to identify their exact struggles, and you have to use their language. You need to be able to say things like, for me, it's, I hate selling. I hate selling. I know you guys are all thinking, I hate selling. I don't want to be that sleazy, icky salesperson. And I was there too. I never got into sales because I loved it. It just, I learned how to be really good at it. And it took a lot of trial and error. And so I want you guys to think about the same for your ideal clients, is what are those words that are going to draw them in? Where are they? And what other platforms can you start to use in order to be able to leverage and get more traffic to you? So list building, building your email list, Facebook groups, all the different other social media platforms, whether it's Periscope, Facebook Live, I consider a separate platform on your either personal or your business page. Instagram, LinkedIn, like there's a plethora, even some of the other online forums. I want you to really expand and think outside of the box. Maybe it's local meetup groups, maybe it's local mums groups, like coffee shops. Where are your people, and library, are you talking to them? Do you know who they are, and do you have your elevator pitch down so that if somebody asks you, what do, you can tell them like that. So that's going to be coming up in an upcoming training where we're going to talk a little bit about how to craft that and get really good at delivering it, because that's what's going to attract more people to you. But write in the comments below where you're struggling with regards to your traffic, how I can help you, because I think I'm going to need to do a separate training on that too. Love that second training video. Awesome. Lane, I don't know what HT is for chronic illness and chronic success. Absolutely. Awesome. Find some coaches, even ones that I love, send out way too many emails. Yeah. So I haven't started my newsletter yet, guys. If you're interested, because I am going to be starting that soon, and I'm just working on my pricing freebie that I think some of you guys have already grabbed, but some of you may not have. And so as soon as I have that up and running, I will get you guys on there. So typically, Tammy, if you have a freebie, you're going to do a series, like a funnel series of anywhere from 4 to 7. But other than that, I would recommend that you do once a week newsletter, because you just want to keep it kind of top of mind and repurpose some of the content that you're already using. Think about the ways that your people are going to want to be able to engage with you. So maybe that's an audio, maybe it's a video. It doesn't even always have to be written. But yes, I agree with you. Truthfully, when I get even 2 emails a week, for me, that's too much. So you have to think about your target audience is going to be very similar to you. So what do you want to see, and then produce it for them and test it. It's okay to ask them, like, guys, how many emails is too much? And they'll give you the feedback. The ones that really do love you, the ones that are going to be your raving fans, they're going to tell you exactly what you need. And so don't be afraid to ask. That's a great way to get information and be able to really help continue to support them. So just like I'm asking you guys here, like, you tell me what you need and I'll create it for you, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help and support. And if you're not getting what you need, then it's really of no value. And so don't be afraid to ask them, Tammy. Okay? Okay, guys, I have to run to another call. If you have any other questions I haven't been able to address on here, I know this is kind of a big meaty topic around traffic, conversion, and your pricing. Those are the numbers that we went over today. There are absolutely more numbers that you need to know as a business owner, and I'd be happy to do like business 101 kind of planning stages for people who either have been established or just starting out. Would love to be able to help you with that if you think that's going to be useful. I might just throw up another poll just to find out. Did you notice a big difference in conversion yourself? Absolutely, Tammy. Live for me has always made a huge difference in terms of not just followers, but engagement and overall, like people just even just coming into my group. So go live. If you're scared, message me. There's certain things, and I think, Tammy, you've gone live a couple of times in your group as well. There's certain things that you can do in your lives to be very strategic about why you're going live, what content that you're providing, and how to eventually lead them to your offer, because that's ultimately what you want to do, is create a progression. So that is something that I can help you with. But if you have questions, feel free to put them below, and I'll hop back on later today and see how I can help and support you guys with your follow-up questions, okay? Thanks so much, guys. And if you have any other topics that you want me to put some live trainings on, feel free to hop in on the conversation, create another post, and I'm happy to do that for you. Thanks so much, and we will see you again soon. Bye.